Let's move on. 1 p.m. Eastern, New Orleans Saints 5-4, 3-2 on the road at Minnesota Vikings 5-4, 1-3 at home, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's get into the line history here for this one. Spread-wise, we're sitting here with Minnesota at +2.5. That's where they opened. They opened up +2.5, -106. That +2.5 got to +107. And I want to fade Dobbs off of the magic that he showed last week. I want to fade the Vikings off of that magic as well. But the Saints are a real tough team to trust, and they did not look nearly as strong as I expected them against the Bears and Agent Bajan. This total is sitting at 41.5. It opened up at 40.5. When we get to the cash flow then for this spot, we have 54% of the tickets and 72% of the cash on the Saints. 51% of the tickets and 66% of cash on the under. You know, the whole there are no miracles in Shawshank. Well, it comes up in situations like this. And I get this sick need to fade the magic that we saw. Just this sick feeling inside me right now that makes me want to fade Dobbs so badly. And more every second I talk about it here right now. And maybe I end up getting there. Saints coming off an underwhelming 24-17 victory at home over the Bears. They were outgained 368-301 in the victory, but won the turnover battle 5-0 to get the victory. How often can you trust that? Now, they do have a special defense that's capable of those things, but still. Derek Carr, 25-34 for 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Olave led receivers with 6 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown. Alvin Kamara ran 9 times for 26 yards, caught 4 passes for 44 yards. Taysom Hill threw a touchdown pass, caught 4 passes for 13 yards and a touchdown, and ran 11 times for 52 yards. What a spectacular football player he is. The first NFL player since Frank Gifford to score 10 or more times each as a passer, runner, and receiver. The defense forced turnover after turnover. Paulson Adebo had 7 tackles, 2 picks, and forced a fumble that he recovered. Demario Davis had 10 tackles in the sack and forced a turnover. They allowed the Bears to go 6 for 12 on third down. That surprised me. They came in 4th in the league, allowing third downs just 34.1% of the time. They held the Bears to 2 of 4 in the red zone. That's sort of where they are. They're 17th in allowing touchdowns 53.9% of the time. And also for the first time of the year, or for this time of year, the Saints are a really healthy football team. Vikings coming off their 4th straight win, a very impressive 31-28 victory at Atlanta in their first game without Kirk Cousins. Jaron Hall left with a concussion in the first quarter. Joshua Dobbs replaced him first week with the squad, 20-30, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also ran 7 times for 66 yards and a touchdown. His fumble woes continued. He fumbled 3 times. He lost 2 of them. Hawkinson led receivers with 7 catches for 69 yards. Addison 5 for 52. They lost KJ Osborne to a concussion. He's in concussion protocol. Alexander Madison continues to struggle on the ground, 16 carries for 44 yards. Now, he did make 2 catches for 49 yards. One was a 47-yard reception, but he's going to be even more important now because Cam Akers tore his Achilles and he's done for the season, and Madison just can't do it. I don't believe in him at all. The defense couldn't get pressure on Taylor Heineke. 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits. Marcus Davenport can't return until next week, so I don't see how that changes, where it's pretty easy to focus all your attention on Danielle Hunter. They allowed the Vikings to go, the Vikings in this allowed I got too many things here. They allowed, but it was the Vikings that went 10 of 18. But I have the Falcons. They allowed the Falcons to go 10 of 18 on third down. Minnesota's 29th in the league, allowing opponents to convert 45.2% of third downs. Byron Murphy had a pick. Darisaw was inactive. They have some depth in that offensive line because Quisenberry can come in and fill in, and he did that. Justin Jefferson's eligible to return from injured reserve, but they're making it sound like he's not coming back this week, that he's unlikely. The original estimate was 4 to 6 weeks. So week 11 against the Broncos, or maybe week 12 against the Bears. Week 12 against the Bears is the more likely outcome in this spot here. Maybe after your breakdown and listening to the chat, I could move on the Saints. Take it away here for us, Troy. Saints, Vikings.
I don't know that I'll be able to give you the juice because I was just like you. I mean, I thought I'd be going into this game. I thought I'd have Saints on my card coming into this show, but it's just so hard to what to make of this game. I have it at Vikings +3. So obviously, initially I'm seeing value on the Saints, but I want to see the market develop and how, what's going to go on here with the cash flow and where's this line going to land, because that's going to be very important. And, so I started looking at the Saints because I wanted the Saints at -2.5 under a field goal. But they've had the easiest strength of schedule this season. I still think what they've done has not been very impressive. I think their defense, although, it looks good on paper and they've been performing well, I just don't see, I just want them to be tested to a greater extent than what they have been. And in the past 2 weeks, the offense actually has looked a lot better against the Colts and the Bears. They put up some points finally, way more successful in the red zone, still only 28th in the NFL. Complete inability to run the football. And it just doesn't look pretty. If you don't have Taysom Hill running the football, it's just like Kamara's just not getting the job done. And I think it's more than just Kamara. It's not Kamara. I'm not saying it's Kamara's fault. It's the entire scheme. It's the offensive line. It's everything, right? It's football, 100% a team game. So you can't just put it all on Kamara. But not being able to separate from the Bears and cover that spread was just kind of embarrassing, if you ask me. They have a bad offensive line. That's per PFF. Bad pass blocking and run blocking. I think they're poorly coached, in my opinion. And I think the defense is a little bit overrated. And to me, that's the truth of the matter at this point. Vikings, on the other hand, who knows what to expect? Josh Dobbs posted his best PFF grade of his entire career with a new team after not taking any snaps at practice, from what I read. It's just miraculous what he was able to do. And I was on the butt end of that. I had Ravens Falcons money line at plus money, and watching Josh Dobbs drive that field, that last drive, and finish me off, it really put some stake into my damn heart. But it's hard for me to find a definitive edge in this game. I really do think that the Saints are the right side at this point where we're at, but I would like to see where this line ends. And the total was starting to catch my attention because totals that open between 40 and 41 and moved to the over, 15-4 to the under. So this is one of those spots where I think that there's a little bit of false flagging by the books. When the total kicks up in this range, it goes under. So I'm going to keep my eyes on that. I might be betting that come Sunday based on where this line is going to close. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Saints and under, but I have not moved.
God, I have to fade what Dobbs did last week. He's going to feel so good about himself all week. Going to be walking around like the man. You got the controlled environment that the Saints are used to playing in. I just have to fade this. It's one of those I have to do it.
You're taking it?
I have to. Like it's just the way I cap. I see a miracle and I tell I cannot.
Let's go. I'm going to place it right now. I'm with you because I want to fade this spot too. I'm not a believer in Josh Dobbs. Best game of his career. How lucky was this performance? He was scrambling around. I think that the Saints could at least bottle some of that bullshit up that he was able to produce. So I'm with you.
The thing I just need to think about is what we saw with Vegas is a complete change in the locker room, complete change everywhere. The thing is that Cousins is likable. Like he's a liked guy. I just have to fade the magic here. Have to fade the magic. As DG says, Dobbs teams put up points. No, the defense has been leaking oil. They have not looked good, but they get those big plays.
Yeah, I'm with you because a lot of my thesis this year has been fading the Vikings, and I haven't been doing so successfully the past few games. I'm going back to the well. It's official. I'm moving on the 2.5.
I think that I will as well. What are you getting that 2.5 at?
I'm looking for it right now.
Because I think it's wouldn't it end up being a 3? Oh no, 2.5 is a pick'em price. Wow, why did I think that it had moved to 3 at these other?
Yeah, books? It's at a pick'em. It's at a pick.
Yeah, it's at a pick'em.
I'm grabbing it -110.
And yeah, I just have to fade that magic here.
Let's go. I like it. Any thoughts on the total?
Well,
this is what I actually sent you this trend a while ago, and maybe I structured it a little bit differently when I sent it, but this is that range between 40 and 44. When those totals move up, they go under. Just an incredible rate, like 79%, 15-4. It's a pretty sizable sample of totals that go up at Pinnacle, move to the over. They go under, man, and it's by margin. It's just Blows my mind.
Yeah, I hate backing a team after winning the turnover battle 5-0. They just seem to look past the Bears, and could they do this again? Slatsy says Dennis Allen will never see my money. Carr yelling at receivers, blaming everyone but himself. He says he needs the 3. All right. Okay.
I will say too, the Vikings defense, I was really down on. I thought that they would start falling apart once film got out on them and offenses learned how to attack them. But it just looks like Flores is on another level, man. He's got this offense. He's got this defensive unit believing in themselves, and he's putting them in the right positions to win. But at some point, I just feel like the bottom's got to fall out on this team.
I just need Taysom Hill on the field as much as possible.
I'm with you.